I really think that you girls enjoy it. Okay? So make sure that's 100% focus. Right? We only have an hour. 2019 prep camp. We're buzzing. Right? And thank you so much for giving up your long weekend. There's 11 teams involved. We think that it's going to be really, really important for our teams. We have obviously tonight, tomorrow sports performance, and then a session. Saturday 2 sessions. Monday game, tough one against the O5s. Could not be more ideal. So what the weekend's going to focus on is our new game model. Speak in your group, and girls, get the tables together, not in a line. Okay, come together as a group. Speak in the group. You have 60 seconds to speak about what you think the game model is. Okay, what does that mean? Think about it. Let's go. Something in your mouth. 30 seconds. Think about it. Think about it. Okay, and time. Okay, good. You guys got anything, or do you spend your whole time moving tables?
We did our team.
So, what do you think?
We did one for both, for our team and for
Okay.
blocks. We
Okay.
did for our team. We did organization and
Okay.
and on the ball
Okay.
and combinations and stuff. Yeah.
Good, I like it. Okay, love it. Anya, your table? You guys have anything?
tables.
Oh, always excuses, huh? This table, Chair, I like something that you said.
How other teams view us as how we play.
How we play. Massive. How we play. The Rangers way. That's what a game model is, right? It's kind of basic guidelines and simple principles of how we're going to play. Changes for each team, all right? Our team might play a little bit different than Coach Connor. Everyone say hi, Coach Connor. Okay.
Hello, ladies.
We might play a different formation. We might play a little bit of a different system. We might, have lots of players a good 1v1, where Connor's teams are always good at just booting the ball up the field. Okay.
It's not true.
Right? We might change the thing. But what the game model is, girls, is just guidelines and buzzwords and principles that we want our whole club to be using, right? And you girls are going to start. Okay? We're going to start it this weekend. Our whole weekend is going to be based off this. I'm going to be real. This presentation, it's not perfect. Right? It's the first time we've done it. We compiled all of our ideas.
It's a shame. Our team's is, but just saying.
All of our ideas together. The game model in this presentation isn't perfect, so we love your feedback, all right? And we want this hour to be super interactive. Interrupt me, coach, I have no idea what the heck you're talking about, slow down, or, if we ask you to present or in a group, lots of chatting. There's absolutely no wrong answers. Cool? Who's good at reading? Okay, Penny. Nice and loud.
Okay. Our aim is to establish a distinct Rangers culture based on clear core values and beliefs. Our aim is for all of us who wear the Rangers badge, including coaches, players, and members, to be consistent in the way they work and behave, both on and off the pitch. We strive for excellence within the community.
Applause. Kendall, you've done that before. Who can summarize that? Gord?
Basically, everyone, either they're on the pitch or not, they're all part of Rangers, and we're trying to unite and come up with a way.
Yeah, that's massive, girls. Great, great stuff. I think that's something that we do well as a team, but it's important to keep doing well. It's easy to get away from it, right? Being good on the pitch and off the pitch. This is something that we do very, very well. And myself myself, Coach Ryan, and the club are really proud of you girls, how you carry yourselves off the pitch. We have loads of fun, but we're respectful, right? We've always said we want to create good footballers out of youth, but we also, more importantly, want to create good people, right? It has the word badge in here. Every time you wear that badge, you represent me. You represent Coach Ryan. You represent the club, right? Hotel, Saves, soccer center. We want everyone in the city to know, oh, that's a Rangers kid, right? They're respectful. They have really good core values and beliefs. That's massive in our game model. It's not just, pass here, retain the ball and switch it. It's leaving places better than we found it. It's being leaders in our community. Cool?
I'll give you an example of that, lady. So, Caitlin's soccer team for the school, I coach the girls team, and Coach Logan coached the boys team for Westridge. They're new to soccer. I just came in this building, saw Miss Gallagher, one of the teachers. Her son just transferred from the Villains 05 to the Rangers. She's just like, wow, I can't believe you guys did this, and they're telling all the time, we want to be part of that. Well, transfers over, right? Different things you do, it's just how you hold yourself, right?
And coaches talk about this team, how we carry themselves. So keep on it. Okay? Cool. 7 core values: trust, integrity, pride, excellence, respect, responsibility, and accountability. Lots there. Feel free to write them. I want to speak about accountability today. Who can give me examples of what to be accountable? What does that mean? What do you think? To be accountable. Anya?
Like, you can always count on someone to cover for you when you're not able to.
I like it. So, holding your teammates accountable. You can always rely on them and trust them. Good. What's a different way we can hold our teammates accountable? Kenny?
Well, it really happens.
Okay.
Like, to hold yourself accountable, like, not letting other people, like, take the blame and be.
Love it. Hold yourself accountable. Massive. Right? An example would be, maybe you've lost a ball, they score a goal. Hey, it happens. Right? I was in Portugal one time on trial, and the guy cuts the ball across the box to go to tackle. I smash the guy and goes into our own top corner. Was I blaming everyone else? No. At the same time, was I crying? No. But I hold myself accountable. Hey, my bad. We move on. Right? We're not blaming each other. We're holding ourselves accountable, and we're holding each other accountable. What's something that we do really well, and examples of holding each other accountable? E.g.
Picking each other up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that could be go under, encouragement and pride and excellence. What else?
Maybe if we're not all focused or something, maybe just, in a nice way.
Holding each other accountable in our details. In training and in games, we do that very well. And there's a couple of you, 3 or 4 of you, that even though the last couple of months have really improved in that. Holding each other accountable. There's girls that I can rely on, that if the training's not at a certain standard, they're saying that. And they're not saying, girls, they're not whining and yelling and swearing at each other. It's encouraging. And once we encourage each other and it happens, then we congratulate each other. Girls, it has to be better, right? Move the ball quicker. Once you do that, hey, well done, girls. This is what we're on about. That's holding each other accountable. That's something that we need to continue doing well as a team. All right? Fieldography. Moving on now. More soccer-specific stuff. Also important. Okay? So we're going to speak about the geography of the field. So let's start our pitch. 11-a-side. Massive, massive thing. Really excited. Defending half, attacking half. Hopefully you know that already. If you didn't, I would be a very good coach. Who is used to the term offensive third, attacking third, middle third? That's what we use, right? Now moving to 11-a-side, and to align with Canada Soccer, zones. And instead of 3, there's 4. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, and Zone 4. Why do you think, right, instead of 1, 2, 3, why do you think they've gone and created 4? Cherry bomb.
Because last time we had 3 zones because the offside line was like different and this time it's like
Good answer, I like it, okay? The offside line was here, or the retreat line, that's it, like literally, physically, they were in 3/3, I like it, good answer. Leji?
the field is much bigger.
Field is bigger, good answer. Kenny? Okay, so 2 very good answers, I'm gonna give you 1 more. Is what happens in zone 2 a little bit different than what happens in zone 3?
Yeah.
Right? Would it be maybe confusing to apply the same principles in this whole third? I think so too, right? So maybe what happens in zone 2 is a little bit different than zone 3, right? We might say that as soon as we enter zone 3, and it's something that actually was at the athletics game last night, and we were speaking about amongst the coaching staff, Coach Gordon, Coach Carly, we said as soon as they enter zone 3, right? Every pass we're going to get wider and wider and wider. That might not be the case in zone 2 depending on the team plays, right? The decisions you make individually, right? And maybe 1v1 attacking might be different in zone 3, where we can take more risk. Zone 2. Remember the R's? Small R, like really, really little risk. Maybe a little bit bigger risk. Now, more risk than here, and here's huge risk, right? So very different parts of the pitch. Cool? So we're gonna try to use that myself, Coach Ryan, and club. And I'm used to saying thirds as well because I've been coaching here for so long. But we really want to start to say zones. And I want you girls to start saying zones. Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4. Alright? If these are zones, what runs this way? We've spoken about it. Jay?
Columns,
Okay, columns. We've used it before. You on something?
lanes,
Lanes. Madeline?
channels,
Channels.
Do with your TV.
Yeah? Channels. We want to start using that word, channels. How many channels do you think we have?
4.
You only have 4 TV channels. 4 channels on the pitch, okay? Who thinks more, who thinks less? 6? Anya? 80?
Yeah, I also think it's 3 because the defenders, like the fullbacks, and then the wingers, and then all like the middle, like the 3 middle people, and the striker, and then the center backs, and then.
Okay. BG? Yeah? Good, good. Yeah, I like that. Good logic.
I think everyone has their own column or channel.
I like that answer. Well, I'm gonna have to disagree, just because. That's okay. Hey, girls, that's why we're here. Again, the game model, we wanted this is gonna be the same throughout the whole club. There's every 11-a-side team in Rangers are gonna play with 4 zones, okay? And we're gonna play with different channels. So the wide right channel, the right channel, the center channel, the left channel, and the wide channel left. So 5 channels. Why do you think we use them? Why do we want to use channels? What's an example where we can say, get out that channel or come into this channel? Ella.
Well, maybe you have like the fullbacks and the wingers
Okay, good. You don't sometimes, and we're going to use this a lot. We've been using in preseason. We don't want look at the board over here. We don't want, see the laser? We don't want maybe our fullbacks and wingers in the same channel, right? What about defending? When would we use this? This is huge for when we're defending. When we're defending, do we want all the channels being used? Let's say the ball's here. Do we want a player in this channel? If we shift over, it might be, hey, get out this channel, let's go. Let's only use 3 channels. Cool? Beautiful. So let's write these down. Wide channels, right channel, center channels, left channels, so the 5 of them. Boom. This line is super important. Who's heard the term when we say cut the field in half? Right? We use it a lot. Are we going to get our groundsmen to go and paint a line here? Probably not. It's not a real line, but we need to use it. Okay? We need to use this line. We're going to come up with a word for it. What's a word we're going to use?
Center line. Center line.
Okay, but that's why it's confusing because
Vertical center line. Yeah, or horizontal. I don't know. It's vertical.
Well, it depends which way you look at the
Right,
field.
right. Stick with your.
vertical center line. Boom, that's the word.
VC line.
That's the same word. That's the same term that Canada Soccer uses. I love it. Vertical center line.
Why do we call that?
Great answer, Lejoie. Great answer. Okay? Vertical center line. We're going to to use that. Okay? It's a really, really important line that doesn't exist, so we need to really be aware. Okay? Attacking organization. Something that's come from Canada Soccer. 4 moments of the game. Okay? Who's heard that term? 4 moments of the game. Nobody? So 1, attacking organization. Right? We organize an attack. Doesn't have to be in zone 4 or 3. Build up from Sherry as an example of attacking organization in zone 1. Good. Okay? So 4 moments. Attacking organization, defending organization. 4 things that happen in the game. Either we have the ball, either they have the ball. What else? Think about it.
It's out.
Okay, but if it's out, does one team have the ball? It's not hockey. There's no face-offs. Right? I won't even bring up the Flames tonight because it's too soon. It's too soon. What about transitions? Is that a moment?
Yes.
Right? As soon as we lose it, that's a moment of the game. Okay? So the 4 moments are attacking organization, defending organization, attacking transition, and defending transition. We want to speak today a lot about the attacking, defending organization. Principles of play. Okay? In possession. In your groups, I want this group to speak a little bit about surprise and creativity. Okay, come up with 3 or 4 points of what you think this is. One person is going to present. Okay, this group is going to speak about support. Okay, Gracie, your group. And this group are going to speak about mobility. Okay, give me a tough one there. You have 3 minutes. Off you go.
And getting tight.
We're on and off the field, supporting them in that.
Yeah, like, and like, if you need to split the field in half or not. Yeah, and like, how fast we can like get from our winger or our.
Okay, finish your
our
conversations.
center back.
Finish your
to
chats,
the other side.
your chatter boxes. Oh, I like your laptop.
You should get one like that.
I should have done. Okay, this group. Who's presenting? Up to the front, please. Up to the front. Hi, Soph.
I got lost.
You got lost.
Really lost.
I was gonna say, we're in your neck of the woods, huh? No more men who are gone. Okay, no problem. Have a seat. Join this group. Okay. Hi, Gord.
Hi.
What are you guys speaking about?
So surprise and creativity.
Surprise and creativity. Good. Off you go.
Okay, so basically what we mean is like not being predictable. So when we're playing a game, like normally after you play a game, you can figure out, oh, they're always playing it long or whatever, and so then you can build around your formation, you can learn to drop and stuff like that. But we're gonna try to switch things up so that we know not what we're gonna do next. And yeah.
Good. I like it. Okay, I'm going to challenge that though. Is it always the team that can be surprised, that can be creative and have surprise? How can an individual have surprise? Taya, how can an individual have creativity? What's an example?
1v1.
Good, 1v1 skills. Okay. Jada, what's another example of an individual having creativity? What do you think? We said 1v1s.
Like moving the ball
special needs.
Oh, okay. So maybe like a disguise pass. Pandina?
Types of shots.
Different types of shots. Good, I like it. Okay, so surprise and creativity is something that the other team won't expect, right? I think Mark said unpredictability. Okay, very good. Now, one thing I'm going to add to that, and write this down in surprise. Are you guys writing notes while we're going?
Yeah.
Change of tempo. We spoke about this when I was, I think in a coaching course, and we spoke a lot about it. A good way to surprise is a change of tempo. Taya brought up 1v1 attacking, right? And we always speak about that explosion after we go 1v1. So that would be an example of surprise. What would be an example of surprise as a team? Say we're moving the ball, change of pace, change of tempo. What am I talking about? Gracie,
I'm not sure, but I mean like after you do one move and you change your speed of play and like explode after, or like you changing how many what kind of passes you're doing, like a long ball instead of doing short 5-yard passes.
Okay, good. Jay?
Or changing your pace, like if you're going really slow at the person, you're just moving really fast to surprise the defender.
Good. Cherry bomb?
We've been talking about it a lot, like going short, long, and then explode.
Okay, so it might be short, and a quick long pass. Okay, there's always have to be the player on the ball that adds that little surprise and creativity. The 07s were talking about creative runs, right? We're good at interchanging. Was that your answer? Okay, here you go. You teach, Allison.
I was gonna say like, yeah.
Easy to defend a team that doesn't have this, right? The player always goes to the right foot. Okay, team always play long. We had that. We drop back. We give the defenders 20 yards of space. They still go long. Easy to defend a player, team that always goes short. We press. Difficult to defend a team that has surprise and creativity, individual creativity. As a team, short, long. Okay, we're gonna play out. I think we're good at that. We play out. The team comes and press. We break lines. Vice versa. Okay, teams that are good from crossing. Teams that can attack and penetrate through the middle. Huge. Okay, so good.
Switching sides, right?
Switching sides.
Right, that keeps the other team off balance.
Massive.
Gives us the numbers.
Good. This group. Who's up?
Jay.
Big Red. She's up.
Jordan's little red. Jordan big red.
So we have support, and there's like support.
Sorry, by the way, you can use a marker and the thing if you want. Just saying. It's here. If you want to use it. Should have said that.
Wait, can I use the laser
Yep.
too?
This button.
Oh, nice.
Don't drop the laser though.
Oh. Is that my face?
Yeah.
So it works. Okay, cool. So you have two types of support. You have support on the bench and then on the field. On the bench, like if someone makes a mistake or a goal is scored on us, and they feel like bad about them because if we have yeah, you have to like support them and encourage them on. And then if they're not running back fast enough, you can like say, oh, get moving. And then there's actual support on the field. And then
Yes.
Sorry, we have our defenders on two. Oh no, that's really bad. Sorry, everyone. If this person has the ball here, we have an option here, but we also want an option here, so we can always have the back option to easily switch the field. So that's a good thing for support, and also. Hi. I don't know what else to say.
That's your cue, Jay. That's your cue. Well done. I like it. I like it. Girls, I like that. I like how Jordan brought up support things. Support on the bench, because that's massive. And we support each other even off the field, right? With any problems that we might have, whatever. Like, you girls are really good friends, huge. On the field too. Who watches American football? I know Kenny does.
Oh, American football? I don't
Right?
understand anything.
What's something that's, when we speak about support, how is it different than our favorite kind of football? Soccer. Think about on the field support, areas of the field. Let's be more technical about this. Gracie.
They usually like give it back to the quarterback, and the quarterback can see the whole field just like.
Okay? Yeah? Kenny?
Well, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but like there's the
get at is, correct me if I'm wrong, football, American football, you're always trying to go forward. The position on the pitch is massive, right? Like the running back runs back a little bit and gets tackled, the loss of yards, that's really, really bad. But in soccer, okay, supporting angles is huge, right? We always want to have the player on the ball have an attacking angle and a supporting angle. We're going to speak about a decision, a kind of a decision chart of what to do in possession, but supporting option coming underneath, something that we do, I'm really happy with, is coming underneath the ball and support. Okay? Really happy. Jordan, show me. BG, your group. Mobility. Toughest one.
I'm really sorry for this, like I peed my pants, but my water is still.
That's my playlist.
Nice job. We're talking about mobility, and mobility means moving. So, what was I gonna say? Moving on and off the, on and off the field. So like, or when we have the ball and when we don't have the ball. So like when we're in possession and when we don't have possession. So when we're in possession, we want to like get big and like get wide. So like we're making forward runs, making like curved runs, making creative passes and creative runs, and not always just using the same quadrant of the field, using the whole field because you have it. And then when we're off the ball, we want to make it really small and tight and compact so that people like the other team is not able to get out and like they have to stay like they're very compact because we follow like we keep them compact. That's what I guess.
If we think good so far, mobility is moving, right? How could we be effective when we're moving? What's some examples to be a good attacking team, Madeline?
Well, like making attacking runs into the balls with creates options.
When a team doesn't move, is it easy or difficult to defend?
Easy.
Interchanges, overlaps, are those examples of mobility? Huge. Okay, one shows, one goes. Individual mobility, I'm gonna show and go away for the run. I'm gonna go and show for a link-up play. Massive. Okay, round of applause, BG. Well done. Very good. Okay, vision and awareness. We're gonna cover each for 30 seconds. Some examples of being a good vision and awareness. So, seeing the whole field. Good. Gracie. Checking your shoulder.
Your back to whatever.
Good. Okay, when do we make decisions?
When you can see what you, when you know
When you
what's
have your
happening
head
around
up.
you.
Head up.
Head in front of you, like 3 yards in front of you.
We want to see
Looking-
beyond 5 yards, right?
Yeah, looking like.
So do we want to see just 3 yards?
No, maybe like you're looking 3 yards in front of you if you have the ball.
You want to see the whole field.
Okay, so that's when I like that. Gracie's not when we're dribbling. We're looking
Okay, that's
down so we
what I
can
meant,
see
yeah.
the ball in our ball mastery. When we're looking forward, we want to see big passes. Okay, we're always having vision and awareness. I saw Messi play live once. Ball 70 yards away, the guy was doing this the whole time, scanning and planning. Write that. We talked about it before. Scanning and planning. Boom, now the ball comes. He has 36 ideas what to do with the ball, that guy. I don't know how many. Okay? Vision and awareness, huge. Dispersal, really fancy word for spreading out. Attacking, we have the ball, spread out. We like space when we have the ball. Our fullbacks and wingers, how many crosses are we going to get in the season? We're going to get loads because we're spread out. Okay? Our fullbacks are dropping. Our striker is getting as high as possible without being offside. Okay? Okay? Good. Penetration.
I don't know what that means.
Who remembers when we spoke about breaking lines? Breaking lines. What does that mean, breaking lines? Who wants to?
Oh,
Grace, catch.
it means,
Go and show it.
oh,
You got hands?
yeah, I got hands.
You can erase my
And
drawing.
Okay, so,
No, use it.
we're still
You
using
have
the drawing.
15 seconds. Try to show a breaking
Okay,
line.
so this is Maddie right here,
Yep.
whoever, and this is someone right here.
Yep.
So breaking a line would be like, if Maddie played a ball here, they could go like zoom, and then they'd break a line.
which line are we trying to break? The center line?
The defense line.
The defense line. So you might have to write defenders. You might have to draw defenders.
Oh, these vendors?
Yep.
Sir,
Oh,
why are they so
okay. We know they're bigger. We're playing against 05s. Yeah.
So then it'd be like this, it'd be like this, and it'd be like, whoop, or
Okay.
it'd be like this.
Sound effect.
But if it goes here, I'm gonna challenge you. If it goes here into Gracie, have we broken a line?
No, but then we can have something.
So let's draw midfielders. Okay?
Um,
Gracie's here. If it went from here to here, would that be, what line did we break?
We broke this
Draw
line.
it, draw it.
Oh, this is not already.
Good. Penetration, breaking lines, write that. Breaking lines. We have to do this better, girls. We like to go side to side, we like to go backwards, we have to break lines. Passing to penetrate, what else is a good way?
Dribble.
Kiara does this really well. How does Kiara break lines a lot?
Oh, so do this on?
And 1v1.
1v1s and dribbling into space.
Oh, yeah.
We want to dribble past the defender to break that line. Very good. Individualism, right? Expressing yourself on the pitch.
Personality.
1v1, personality, right? Bigging everyone up, having the courage to receive in the middle of the pitch when maybe things aren't going our way. Individualism, super important. Okay? Girls, just listening, playing philosophy, attack organization. We want to dominate possession intelligently in our club. We do that. A lot of our teams, I go watch them, we have the ball loads, right? But we also want to select moments to progress and play, penetrate the opposition. That's what we need to improve on. Probe, keep the ball, boom. Let's go forward with it. Okay? When we lose it, defensive transition, right? Another moment of the game. Sense the changing moments when we lose possession, so quick reaction. Hunt when we lose it, type team, and blocks. But most importantly, rule of 3. This is new. When we lose the ball, we want the players in our club to try to get it back within 3 passes. Rule of 3. Okay? We'll say 3 seconds or 3 passes. Why?
Oh.
Katie.
Because then you won't be giving them like time to build up and like start a great time.
So if we give them time on the ball, what's going to happen to their shape?
Then they get in position, and then they can go forward.
What's going to happen to their shape?
They're gonna actually gain their shape.
What shape?
Their attacking shape
So,
getting bigger, and then also it makes us run around more, get more compact and waste more energy.
good, great answers, girls. We want to try to get the ball within 3 seconds or 3 passes, whatever happens first, to not allow them to get their shape. Once they get big, there's space, we're on the ball less. Soccer's not as fun when you don't have the ball, let's just be honest and say it how it is. We want that thing.
Write that down, okay, girls? Rule of 3, really important.
3 seconds or 3 passes. What the 3 people means we won't focus on as much as the 3 closest players to the ball are going to go hunt for it. But everyone should. So we're going to focus. 3 seconds or 3 passes, we're going to get the thing back. Right? Anyone on the street can do this because it doesn't take skill. It doesn't take technique. It takes passion. Right? And it takes hard work. Because Leslie said it, sometimes you're tired. Right? But when we lose it, we want to get it back right away. Barcelona around 2010, arguably the best team to ever play soccer, they did this. We should actually have we should have had a video of that. They got it back right away. They're the best at keeping it, but they're also the best at getting it back. So when we lose the ball, what are we going to yell?
3 seconds. Rule of 3.
Rule of 3? We're going to yell it together, write it huge. Rule of 3.
Just say 3.
I feel like rule of 3 would already be 3 seconds.
Yeah, rock.
Yeah.
By the time by the time you say
Rule of
3.
3? Rule of 3. 3 seconds. 3 passes. Rule of 3. Keep saying that.
How
Good.
about
I like it. Okay, so girls, these are the decisions, right? Attacking organization. And these are the principles that we spoke about. Now, what's the first thing that we want to do when we win the ball, if we can? Nope. Maddie?
Spread out.
What's something even better if we win the ball? We have it. What's our goal? Score. Boom. Creating and scoring. That's the first thing we want to do. Can we always do it?
No.
Cherry wins the ball. Can she create and score?
Yeah.
Maybe. 100-yard strike, top bins. She has it in her locker. Maybe. Right? We look to see if we can create like a final pass or a shot. If not, what should we do?
Keep it.
Before that, good answer though. That's only if we have two, and that's kind of what we're speaking about, either risk or retain. Now we're adding one. Oh, sorry. Gracie,
I was looking for.
looking for, I like it, progressing and penetrating. Right? Could be with the pass, could be with the dribble, right? We want to look to progress. So it might be I win it in the midfield zone here, right? I win it here. I can't score, but boom. I can play Julie. Perfect. Right? Or I win it here, I can't progress breaking onto the dribble to cross. Right? So we want to create and score. If not, we want to progress and penetrate. If not, what do?
Keep it.
What's a good word? We love saying this.
Retain.
Retain. Boom. We want to secure it, and we want to retain and keep building. Look to score. If not, look to get forward and progress. If not, we want to retain and build. Can I be honest? Something that we do too often? We do this too often. We look back. Like I remember when we coached you in futsal. Oh my gosh, the thing would go out. That's the goal we want to score, and this is our goal. Go out. Look, what about the striker that's open? Look forward first. Forward. Oh, okay. Can't score. Or pass. If not, we retain and build. What do we need to retain?
Supporting options.
Supporting options. What do we need to score? Think about the
Attacking
principles.
or
Think about the
breaking
principles.
lines.
Principles.
Creating.
Mobility.
Mobility we need to score. Good. What else?
Creativity.
Creativity, 100%. What about to progress and penetrate?
Sport.
Breaking
lines.
Breaking lines, good. Vision, huge. Okay? Vision. To retain and build, we need support. Okay, good. Kill, exploit, those are really fancy words, and keep. I don't know if we're going to yell kill on the field. I don't know.
Just running out here.
Okay? Girls, this is the wrong slide. Ignore this. Sorry, that's the
Whoa.
next one.
Okay.
This is really
Okay,
fun.
write these numbers. This is how, and notice we haven't spoken about anything about formation because our game model is the same if you play a 4-2-3-1, a 4-4-2, a 1-9. Hopefully we don't play one defenders and 9 strikers. I'd probably lose my job. Okay? So the right fullback is the number 2. The 2 center midfielders are the 5 and the 4. The left fullback is the 3. The holding midfielder is the 6. And Canada Soccer is trying to make us say 4, but we don't like it. We say 6. Okay? Now, if we played with a midfielder that's in between, that's the 8. Okay, one of my favorite positions to play is that 8. But if not, we just say we have two number 6s. What's the attacking midfielder? What's Leo Messi? What number does he wear?
10.
He's the 10, attacking midfielder. What's the striker?
Number 9.
Good. Right midfielder, Cristiano Ronaldo, 7. Plays more like a 9 now. And the left, Neymar, 11. Okay?
No.
So this is a little style guide, I think. Little animation.
No.
What's an example of that? Why no? Let's kick off. Right? Retain and build. I don't think that's a horrible option to kick off. We can't progress and penetrate. We can't go forward. So we can't score. Can we progress and penetrate? Sure. We might have a look at the screen. We might do this one, right? We might say if this is on, boom. But we don't want to be too risky. We're going to look to retain. We're going to hopefully have this a lot with our center backs wider and our number 6 collecting in between them, right? How's our dispersal here?
Pretty good.
Good. Why? Gracie. Why is our dispersal good? Why are we
I was right.
PG?
Because they're in all different channels.
Very good. Different channels.
Look at that movement, that's right on, really moved from one channel to the next, right?
Wide channel, right center channel, middle channel. We have players in all 5 channels. Very good. Okay. What would we want to do in A? This is a little test for you. AO zone 1. In zone 1, who would likely have the ball? Cherry bomb. Okay, we want to build when we have in our tactical organization in zone 1. All right. So, and we've done this really well. That's how we're going to start, right? We have Cherry on the ball. I don't know about in the middle. I'd like to choose a side, but we'll speak about that more in depth. Okay, we have our 5 and our 4 on the corners of the 18. We don't want to be too deep to invite the press. Now, if we play with one holding midfielder and the 8 and 10, they're square, well, what we want is our 2 6s to be square. Okay? We're not going to play with an 8 for the beginning of the season, 2 holding midfielders. Striker as high as possible, our 7 and our 11 tucked in a little bit. For me, I don't like it that far. We'll speak about that as we progress. But why do we want to be tucked in a little bit? Legend.
It's like kind of to be in different channels again
Oh.
because fullback is safe from going.
Good. Okay? We don't want our 11 to be too wide because then our 3 and our 11 are in the same channel. Which channel?
Wide left channel.
Wide left or wide right channel?
Love it. Good girls. Okay? So again, it goes to our center back, right? We want to create diamonds, girls. Right? Our 4 gets it. Look at this. We also, they're in different channels. But girls, watch the board, please. Watch the screen. The center back gets it. They have this option. They can penetrate, right? They can progress. And if we want to retain, where should Cherry Bomb be?
Out of her at the 6.
Why?
Because if I miss the ball, like
And also, it's a better supporting option. Very good. Okay, little sharp movements.
Look at the different zones too, right?
Yeah, we're how many zones are we in right now?
2, 3.
3. Good. Which zones?
1, 2, 3.
Good. Okay. Well, 3 zones and 5 channels. Lots of space to play in. Right? Notice how one of the 6 came underneath. I think this is an example of Man City building now. Let's see if it's going to play. Okay, good. So we have, right, the 4 and the 5, for me they're a little bit too deep, but that's just because of how high the press is, right? And they have the 6, what number is this?
8 or 9.
8. Nope, 9's a striker. Okay, look at the fullbacks. 5 channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 different zones. Right, lots of depth. Cool, right? It's a big pitch.
It's a nice thing.
By the way, we're going to have this many fans on Monday against the 05s. Maybe it'll do less.
Wait, really?
Alex.
Alex. Oh my god.
Alex, you think we have a stadium? Do you think we have that?
Yeah, only safe gets us another fan there.
It's true.
Okay? Good. They progressed, they penetrated, right? Support underneath. What's a decision chart? What's the first thing we want to do? No?
Look forward.
No? Create and score. Can we create and score here? No. So we progress. Can we create and score?
No.
No. So we progress. Can we progress now? Now we can.
Yeah.
Boom. Now we support. Good. Right? Lots of patience. Progressing. Boom. Might be a good chance to support. They'll probably support. Oh, even better. Can we create and score? Yeah. You can't create, right? Because that last pass that we're speaking about. That came from the build-up. Right? Do we want to watch it again? I'll stop talking this time. And just don't watch the ball. Promise me you won't watch the ball. You're just going to watch the movement off the ball. Okay? Don't watch it. Yeah, you want this one after? Yeah. Okay, don't watch the ball. Maybe watch your favorite position. Amazing, right? Lots of space. Brave. Very brave. 2v1s out here. Stretch out the opponents.
Look at their runs, ladies.
How many channels are we using?
5, 4.
4. This one's empty. Ball's all the way on that side. Look, the more the ball comes this way, the more Sterling comes wider. Okay? We want to do that exact play on them.
Wait, what's the formation?
They were playing a 4.
What was our formation? What is it?
Isn't it 4-3-3? No.
What's next?
I have a 4-3.
4-2-3-1.
Oh, right.
How many number 6s are we going to play with?
2, so 3, 4.
2. Okay? Now, so just basics here, okay? When we have, whether it's a corner, because I know we spoke about this corner, but even in live play, we always want one more than them. Okay? We always want one more player back than them. When we're attacking, for our balance, we've got to have the defending in mind. We don't want a 1v1. Okay? We always want a friend to help. Alright? Attacking in zones 3 and 4. Right? So in the attacking half, 3 and 4, we want to be wide. When it goes wide, we want triangles because then we can penetrate, we can support, we can create and score, we can combine. Have a look. Again, another city. I wish it was Chelsea, but we just don't have it this year.
You just have to show the ball.
Did you watch the game yesterday, by the way? Tottenham? Best chance of the game ever. Right? Width and depth, creating proper space for ball circulation. Look at the channels. We're here for you. Come out that channel into here. Penetrating, progressing. Goal, sun. Signing again.
Oh, the sky.
Look at the triangle, right? Good. Fullback, midfielder and winger and the 7 here, the 11, different channels. These players at the top level, they're assessing the 3 decisions: creating and score, no; progressing and penetrate, no; retaining, in less than a second. Oh. You see how fast the ball's moving, right? We're seeing clips of it with you girls. It's really cool to see. Yeah, BG.
How do they have that like all in their mind all the time? Just cycling through.
Good question.
I think that they play
Training at a high speed of play. Those guys, like when I was overseas, training like animals. Like the speed of play was just as fast as the game. Then the game becomes easy, right? And that's why we play we put you in smaller zones, right? When we play the 3-team possession, for example, or target games, we have all of you in a classroom, in a field as big as this classroom. That trains your speed of thought, right? In those decisions, right? Blocking the box is something that we want to speak about, right? When the ball is wide, we always want to have 2 blocking the box. Why? Why do we want 2 players here? Maddie, why do we want 2 players top of the box?
Like, for like defending or like attacking?
Attacking. We have the ball, say, I don't know, here. Why do we want 2 players top of the box?
Well, if the ball comes out of like as rebounds or something, they're there to like get the rebound and get shots in.
Good. Right, ball bounce, correct. But scraps. What else? Candina.
If there a ball that's played to the 2 people in the box and they have like a wall of defenders in front of them, and they're there for like a set, so they can shoot.
Good. So what decision is that? Out of the 3, can we create and score? No, there's a wall. Can we penetrate and go forward? There's not much room. So a little retain, little set, we're top of the box. Frankie Lampard, one of my favorite players, records goal scorer for Chelsea, and he's a midfielder. So more goals than any striker at Chelsea. Peter Hawes, good Drogba, and he scored so many goals from here. And we have the ability to do that. So we want to lock the box. Also, yeah, right? Cherry's goal against who were you playing? The boys? Is it good for when we lose the ball as well? For the balance? Good. Sorry, girls, moving on. We want 3 players in the box, especially when we have the ball in wide areas. We want 3 players in the box if we think we can create a scoring opportunity. We want to score more goals from crosses, right? I'm going to go as far as saying we're one of the best crossers in the league, but we probably score the least amount of goals from crosses in the whole league. Agree or disagree, right? We don't score from crosses, bro. We need bravery, but we also need,
Except our last game in indoor.
yeah. Sometimes just sheer quantity of players in the box is going to help you score goals. Might be a header, save from the keeper because we have more numbers than them. Score. Simple. Okay, so defending organization, we're going to save. We don't have time. But I didn't want to rush it, right? I wanted to involve you. So we're going to find another time to go over our defending organization because the attacking organization went whole hour.
Seriously?
Seriously, girls.
Wow, that was the first school of our school.
Okay, so just a couple more things. The Rangers way include trust, right? We want to trust each other. This is a pretty cool picture where this guy has a blindfold, right? Right? We trust his players not leading them off a cliff. We're leading them to I don't know where. World Cup final. That's a deep picture. Like, hey, sacrifice. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that. But sacrifice is right. Girls, you do a lot of sacrifice. Example: sacrifice your long weekend to come improve the team and yourselves as footballers. Sacrifice a lot of time. I could give you a list of things I sacrificed. I sacrificed my high school grad. I sacrificed birthdays to be overseas, right? Just how it was. I sacrificed going with friends. I sacrificed sleepovers. I sacrificed staying up to watch the next episode on Netflix. Right? It's harder. I know. It's harder said than done, but that's sacrifice because I got a match in the morning. Sacrificed too long on Instagram at night to go to bed. Loads of sacrifices if you want to be a footballer. Trust me. Listen, girls. Teamwork, something we do very well. Proud of you. We spoke about it. Hard work. It's something that we need to continue doing. Don't be satisfied. We're really hard working. We want to work even harder in training, push each other, right? Hold each other accountable. Process, trust it. We're on to your parents about trusting the process, and we're going to remind them in the team training. Okay? But trust it, right? The results, they're not going to come right away. We're going to have a tough season, and we're going to play. You see that video of the Man City, the number 6 comes to collect top of the box. We're going to try that. And we might get scored on. I remember taking you girls over in U10. I told the parents, we're probably going to lose more games now that I'm your coach. Because we're going to go through a process. And now, we play out, right? And we lost a lot of games because, and most of the goals were my fault. Because at U9, we were playing out of the back rather than booting the ball. Right? So in this season, the results will go our way. Trust the process, girls. And also, think back to the process of where you came from. Because a lot of people forget that too, right? Tier 2, right? Average team in Tier 2, and because of because of your hard work, right? We've come so far, but we have a lot of time to go. I don't care about results this year. I care about results in like U17, and I care more, and me and Ryan and the club care about, more importantly, your process. We want yous to go on to university, full ride scholarships. We want yous to go and play in the national team. We want yous to, more importantly, play soccer when you're 40 years old because you love it so much. True, right? So girls, trust the process. It's so important. I'm not kidding. Okay? And lastly, support. Support each other. Right? And I touched on it before, off the field. Right? Your teenage years, life isn't always easy. Support each other on the field, support each other underneath the ball in the game, like Jordan said, but off the field as well. Help each other. Right? You see someone down, put an arm around them, how's it going? We'll support you. You can always come and ask us questions, or any of the coaches, but it's more important to support each other. Right? My best friends in my life are from soccer. Right? And that's because we support each other. So, what we're going to do is you're going to have a little bit of homework for the morning. Okay? Write these questions down or take a picture of it. Why is it important for a club to have a game model? Right? So the game model we spoke about. What is a couple things our team can improve on from what we learned about our attacking organization? We'll skip the third one. is there anything that wasn't clear in which we should spend more time talking about? Right? Something that I was speaking about or we were answering that wasn't clear. Okay?
Yes. Whoever didn't get voted away
Mhm. Skip the third one. All right? Girls, last couple minutes, thoughts? Any questions? What's the main things that we picked up from this? Attacking. Okay, what about attacking?
Creativity is correct.
Good.
Transitions like that.
Positions, yeah.
Calls and zones.
Channels and zones, yes. Good. Right, those are really going to help us. Jay?
Breaking lines.
Breaking lines, fantastic.
This is not student action, it's like, the games like, no, oh my god. It's kind of like about like the technical stuff, there's a lot behind it that helps us, learn how to play and, yeah.
Love it. Do you see why it's important to have a game model?
Yeah.
From my opinion, or my position, say you go play up a game with the FCO 5s, or athletics coming up. When we say, hey, everyone out the channel, everyone knows what we're speaking about, right? It keeps our coaches accountable of the style of play, right? I don't want to say any club is better or worse, but we don't want to be a club where this team keeps the ball really well and this team boots the ball, right? So that's why we wanted to really come up with a game model teams to follow.
And girls,
Okay.
and you're probably wondering in the preseason why you're playing 4 or 5 different positions. Now you can understand, right? Different zones, different channels.
Good. Okay, girls, round of applause for yourselves. Boom. Shake hands with other coaches, and we see you for sports performance in the morning.
Congratulations on graduating Rangers University.
Yeah, well done.
Congratulations. I know it's a hard degree. How many years?
Oh, we don't have school tomorrow.
Right now.
Friday, I was like,
What about you?